Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. I hope everybody's ready to get this day started. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? So, I hope you guys tuned in yesterday. Thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate everybody who shares the video, everybody that comments on the show. The more comments that we get, the better it is in Facebook business algorithm land. So you guys can comment and definitely share. That would be amazing, so that we can continue to do what we do. Today is going to be a good day. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Your hair looking a little different over there, I see.
Oh, it's
This
curly today, honey.
awesome sauce. Well, it looks good. Well, good morning, y'all. How you doing this morning on this wonderful Wednesday?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
this wonderful Wednesday. It's very humid out here. Of course, we all know because of Hurricane Florence. And I
Mm.
saw some of the best memes and graphics on Facebook and LinkedIn and everywhere over these past couple of days. I
Oh, yeah.
never seen so many connections to Florence from the Jeffersons moving on up the east side. That junk is funny.
Mhm.
And I can laugh at it too, because y'all know what, I don't usually say this, but my parents named me Florence too. So it's been funny, all the jokes I've been getting too from the friends and family who know that. Now I guess I just told the whole world. But it's all
It's, you
good.
did. It's
Right?
all
It's all good, y'all. These are true confessions and conversations over here on the morning show. So guys, we are not going to be on here too super long this morning. You see, I've tried to do a little bit better with the way I cover up my hair. I was just trying to make sure I cover up the roots, but I think I'm trying to get it all today because this humidity is just not my friend.
It's
It is
not, honey.
not. It's not my friend. But y'all, the topic that I want to discuss with you this morning, the conversation that we want to have, and I'm just going to jump right into it, is how to save when you think you can't afford it. Because I know that this is a challenge area for many, because I was there myself, right? We've all been in a situation at some point or another, unless you're independently wealthy, or at least unless your family passed on, the millions to you as a child. There are times when you feel like, I just cannot afford to save right now. And I get that, and you're not alone. So I want to share some other data with you. And you say, oh, Lynn, you always go into the data. Yeah, because there's truth in the numbers. Let's just say that. So when I look at some of the information, I went to the actual Employee Benefits Research Institute. And one of the things that they share in their research report is that only 9% of people contribute the maximum to their retirement accounts. Only 9% of people, y'all. And that's not everybody contributing. That's just out of the people who are contributing. And they're contributing to their retirement accounts as a way to save, right, for their futures. Makes sense. The other thing that I found that was interesting from the same source, the Employee Benefits Research Institute, is that 73% of Americans, those that are age 18 to 34, 73% are not contributing at all. 73% are not contributing at all. That's ages 18 to 34. And if you were listening in on the show on yesterday, one of the things that two things I shared. The two things that help you develop wealth are time and your rate of return. And those of you who are 18 to 34, time, right, is of the essence for you Time is on your side if you have the right rate of return. So just wanted to put that out there because there are missed opportunities that many people, you know, fail to take advantage of because they don't see it as opportunities. They see it as an obstacle. But it's all about your perception, right? It's about your perception and how you see the thing or the challenge that you face. And the thing is here, I created a poll just to look at some of the things. What are the reasons that you are not saving? Okay. And these are some of the responses that I received back from people. One of the first responses I received back is that you're simply procrastinating. Some people are just saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go and do that. I need to go down to HR. I got to go upstairs and talk to HR so that I can make those adjustments, right? In my account or in my savings retirement account or whatever you need to do. You're simply procrastinating and not taking the steps to move forward and do it. So for those of you who are simply procrastinating, you said you're gonna do it. Well, then go ahead and do it. Get up a few minutes earlier so you can get in there, get to HR, and talk to whomever you need to talk to. The other thing that you all shared with me as far as your reasons is you just don't think you can afford to contribute. And that was one of the reasons that I decided to have this as the topic today. Many of you said you don't think you can afford to contribute, therefore you don't contribute to the account because you feel that you're already trying to handle everything else. Everything keeps coming at you, right? All of the bills keep coming up. Your child gets sick. Your car breaks down, right? And I get it. Things happen to us in life. One of the other things that you shared with me is the reason that you don't invest in your retirement account is that your employer doesn't offer a match. So what, right? So what if your employer doesn't offer a match? Why are you not taking advantage of the opportunity that's afforded to you, whether they're offering you a match or not? Or you say you're not eligible. Just because you're not eligible at work does not mean you cannot do this for yourself, for your family, right? Because ultimately it's not just about you. That's what's most important. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining, guys. The other thing that you shared with me, so I asked you, what are those reasons? And the other thing that you share is that you fear you'll lose money due to bad investments. And if we remember, guys, fear is simply this: false evidence appearing real. Remember, we talked about Will Smith the other day. Danger is real, fear is not. Fear is something we've made up. It's not even really there in front of you, but we're afraid of that thing. So you can't fear losing your money when you learn, right? When you get the education that you need to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. So make sure that you educate yourself inside of this. You don't have to fear simply losing money. The other thing that you told me is you don't think you need to. You said, I don't think I need to, right? I don't think I need to go out here and save and invest in this retirement account because Social Security, I'm going to be taken care of. Well, guys, in case you've been living under a rock, okay, Social Security shall not be available to the majority of us when we get ready to retire. So for those of you who are younger than 45, you're going to have to seek alternate resources. Good morning. You need alternate resources to be able to take care of yourself in your future. So you cannot rely. When have you ever been able to rely on the government to take care of you? Let me just say that. I don't know about y'all, but they haven't come in and paid any of my bills and taken care of any of my situations. But anywho, right? The other reason that you guys shared with me that you don't save is you don't know how. You don't know how to. So I wanted to give you a couple of quick tips, and this won't be long today. Just a couple of quick tips of how you can get started saving even when you think you cannot afford it. The number one thing, God bless you as well, Pastor Erwin, I'm sorry. Guys, the number one thing that you can do to get started is to just start by saving at least a little. Start by saving at least that 1%, 1 to 3% of your current income. And we talked about this a little on yesterday. So you look at your actual paycheck and decide what 1% is. Now you're going to have to go to your HR person, your director, or whomever that person happens to be in your organization, or if you're self-employed, you can do it yourself. Call the company and get it set up, whichever formula you're using, right? But you start out with at least 1 to 3%. By starting out with at least 1 to 3%, then you challenge yourself to go a few pay periods, because this is pre-tax income that's now coming out of your check, okay? So you get those few dollars taken out, say if you get those, and it depends upon which income bracket you're in, right? How much is going to impact you. But let's just say they're taking out $50, okay? It's less likely that you're going to see that on your end because they're pre-tax dollars, and it's only going to reduce your check by a few dollars, okay? But you have to talk to your HR to ensure, right, what the percentages are for you if you do not know, because that's something you definitely need to know, right? Which tax bracket are you in? What are the implications of you being able to do this? And dare I say, they'll be minimal if you start out. So if you start out this way, and after a few pay periods, you notice it didn't hurt you. You didn't really miss those dollars. See, y'all thought I was going to tell you to do, you thought I was going to tell you to go sell something. You thought I was going to tell you to cut off your cable and get Netflix, right? You thought I was going to tell you that. Why would I insult your intelligence and tell you those things when you've probably done all of that? You've probably gone through all those tricks, right, that you know to do to get to that point. But more than likely, there are many of us that have not taken this step to actually go in and actually have this conversation with your HR rep, right? So that you can start saving, and then challenge yourself to increase it. If you feel that it didn't hurt you when you did that, then challenge yourself to continue to increase it until it does hurt. Now, if this hurts you, if this absolutely hurts you, and you say, well, Lynn, I cannot afford to do this, then what you're going to have to challenge yourself to do is the next time that you're offered a raise, and hopefully that's on an annual basis, if not more regularly, but at least on an annual basis, instead of taking that raise and increasing your expenses, take that raise and now set it aside so you can start saving it. That's another great way for you to get started. But you have to acknowledge the fact that it is completely up to you. It is completely up to you. And it's up to you to get started. But the reality is, it's not about you, right? It's not really about you. It's about who you're called to be. That's what you need to be doing. Good morning. All right, so those are my suggestions, recommendations, and tips for you to get started on this morning. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it goes for you, how you're saving, right? It's how to save when you think you can't afford it. What are those things that you can do now to get moving to your next? And for those of you who are already contributing and you're receiving a match, most financial advisors will tell you to not contribute more than the company is matching. That is the biggest mistake you'll ever make. Good morning. That is the biggest mistake you'll ever make. Okay? So make sure that you contribute the absolute max that you can, and also get educated on what it is that you're investing in so that you, right, can learn better how to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. So you can do those things that you're called to do because it's not about you, it's about who God wants us to be. All right, guys. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it. I told you it was going to be quick this morning, but it's a quick but a good one. Something that you can go and take action on immediately. So go take action. It's not Take Action Tuesday. It's actually a wonderful Wednesday. So you can still do the same things, guys. All right? If you're ready to have that conversation, go to bit.ly, bit.ly/talk to Lynn. All right, Miss Co-host, over to you.
All right, guys. Make sure that
Hello, good morning.
as
That's the believer right
your
there.
as your HR professional, because I've been in HR for a few years now. Please go talk to them, and if you don't like your HR person, there is a 1-800 number where you can call, and they will go over with you. And then open enrollment is coming up, so this is a perfect time to start your 401k and start matching. You can have it set. Well, it will increase 1% every year, so you don't even have to worry about it till it maxes out if you want to start at that 1%. And you really do not miss that money, because if I could take your first check and compare it to the first time that you give it to your 401k, your take home amount doesn't change. If it does, it's by cents. Really, it's not enough for you to even be like, dog, y'all taking my money, because it's pre-tax. So make sure you go talk to your HR professional and ask enough questions until they explain it to you, understand it. That is their job, to explain it till you understand it. So, okay, I'm taking my HR hat off now. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining. So today's fearless thought for the day is, and this is a wonderful Wednesday, but I just want to let somebody know, not knowing what you don't want to do is the best place to be, because when you know what you don't want, it gives you all the opportunity in the world to figure out what you do want. Um, I live by the quote. If y'all ever heard me or read my book, my favorite quote is by John Wooten. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And for me, that allowed me to focus on what I knew. And when I focused on the things that I did know and the things that I did not like, then I knew what I wanted. Like, I knew I didn't like getting my head busted to the white meat. I knew I didn't like having black eyes. I knew I didn't like somebody telling me what to wear, how to dress, what to eat, when to eat. I knew I didn't like any of that. So that left me plenty of opportunity to figure out what I did want in life. Because a lot of us are so busy focused on what it is, the problem and the issue at hand, that you forget
Yes.
that you have other options. I don't care how bad the situation is, there are other options. And this is from a woman who thought killing herself was the only option. There are other options out there. When you because here's the thing, if you're sad, depressed, mad, you're broke, you got a crazy relationship, you got a crazy friendship, you got a crazy husband, you got a crazy wife, you do not like how they treat you. You know that. And you can tell it
Right.
to me like the back of your hand. I don't like how they talk to me. I don't like how they take my money. I don't like how they do drugs. I don't like how, they treat their kids. You can tell me all the things that you don't like. So let's take a minute and think about all the things that you don't like, right? Because you can write them down on the other side of that paper. Tell me, what are you going to do about it? Because
Mm.
what you don't like, knowing what you don't like, is a perfect opportunity to figure out what you do like. And here's the thing, you got to listen to yourself, and you got to trust your instinct in that, period. Because there's something telling you this is not right. But again, some of us would rather live in the comfort of crazy instead of the discipline of freedom. So we keep dealing with our crazy instead of doing what we know we need to do. We'd rather complain and say what we don't like instead of taking time to figure out what it is we do like and doing something about it. I decided I didn't like giving Wells Fargo $300 of my check every paycheck because my account's in the negative. I did something about it. I realized I didn't like $7,000 going over to the Dollar Tree dollar menu, so I did something about it. I realized I didn't like having my husband beat on me every day, so I did something about it. The transition from between the two can be a little difficult. I'm not even going to tell you a tale, but you've got to trust your intuition. You've got to trust yourself that what you don't know,
Hmm.
what you don't like, is not working. We already know that that's not working. So it's got
Right.
to be something better. So today I want you to think about all the things that you don't like and what are you going to do about it? Because if you know what you don't like, it is an absolute perfect opportunity to figure out what it is that you do like. Good morning, Cousin Paul. And you can't, and here's the thing, it's almost what's the word I want to say, it's almost like you can't fail at that, because if you don't like something, then you change and do something else. It
Right.
has to succeed. It has to come to, because you already know what's over here. You already know you don't like this. So if you
Good
do the
morning.
exact opposite of it, then it has to work. All it is going to take some discipline, and it's going to take the work and the action that you have to do to learn to live past crazy, because there is a process to it. Now, once you realize you don't like this,
Right.
then to stop it. And here's the thing, a lot of us, even though we don't like how people treat us or we don't like certain things, we like talking about what we don't like. And then you figure out you ain't got nothing to say if you don't say
Right.
what you don't like. Have you ever met anybody, the first 5 or 10 minutes, all they do is complain? And I know people that if they could not complain, they could not mumble a word. They couldn't
Good
say
morning.
anything, because if they do say anything, they got one good for every 25 negative. They only
Right.
got one good. Well, I ain't got no money. I ain't got this. I ain't got. Can we be thankful for several things that you do have? But most people
Right.
would rather focus on the negative and complain than, because they love to complain about what they don't have. And here's the thing about it. I want y'all to share this with somebody. When you complain about what you don't like, what you don't have, it releases you from the opportunity of doing something about it. It releases you from the responsibility of doing something about it. So if I can always say or give the power to that thing, oh, the bank is doing this to me, my husband is doing this to me, my friends are doing this to me, then it releases me from taking responsibility to do something about it.
Right.
You got to do something about it. Because I don't at that point, I don't understand. You don't like it, but you keep doing it. That's like eating your worst food, eating something that
Morning.
you hate every single day. Why would you keep eating it if you don't like it? For some of us, that's what we're doing every single day. We don't like what life is serving us, but we steady eating it and saying we don't like it, but we ain't doing nothing about it. So today, on this wonderful Wednesday, not knowing what you don't like is a perfect opportunity and a perfect place to figure out what you do like and what you do want to do. Because you know the answer. You got to trust your instinct, because you know the answer. You know, when you laying there right before you wake up and you like, you know what, today I'm going to go out, I'm going to do this and this and this because I'm tired of this and this happening. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that thought, because that's exactly what your mind is trying to tell you. You know the answer. It's just, are you willing to do the work of the answer? Oftentimes we have the answers to our own solution. I'm a firm
Mm,
believer that we have the answers to our own problems. It's whether we choose to do something about it.
right.
Right, Cousin Carl? I'm a living witness to that. But some people are not strong enough to walk away from that. Some people, the stigma of divorce or the stigma of, oh, y'all been together for so long, that keeps them trapped. And I've been there and done that too. Eventually, something is going to give. Either your peace of mind is going to be given away and you're not going to have it, or you're going to go crazy with them and y'all going to just be crazy. Have you ever seen two crazy people together? And it seems like they enjoy being crazy. And you like, why? And here's what I don't understand. I'm gonna close out the show with this thought. Why, if you are married, did you think that you have to, that the core of your marriage is to fuss, fight, and argue all the time? That has got to be exhausting. Like, why is that fun for you? Is that not exhausting? Like, I see people that say, me and my husband or me and my wife, we may fuss, fight, and argue, but I love you, boo. And if I gotta go through a whole lot of changes, why? Tell me what's the purpose of the relationship? Is what I want to know. Because even though we two separate individuals, we're supposed to come together and make each other better. Because nobody can make you happy. I understand that. But if you got to fuss, fight, and argue and live in that kind of crazy, what's the purpose of your relationship? Number one, and number two, what are you passing on to your children? What are you teaching them? That a man or woman can't love you unless they fuss, fight, and argue with you, because that's the definition of love.
Hmm.
So I'm just asking for a friend. I just want
So
to know.
so I love that asking for a friend, but it's all about communication or the lack thereof. So I had to jump
Mm-hmm,
in on that part because um it's it's hard work nonetheless, right?
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
not going to be happy all the time, and you're going to argue some of the time. You just have to accept that. But
And
once you
respect each
understand,
other.
exactly, but once you understand that you start to communicate more
Mm-hmm,
effectively and share
mm-hmm,
exactly what your feelings are and stop holding things in. See, that was an area I was challenged in the beginning because I would
mm-hmm,
hold back.
mm-hmm,
I was that passive aggressive person, right? See, I was the queen of being passive aggressive
mm-hmm,
until I recognized the fact that that doesn't work in all situations. Now, in some situations it does. However, it can force you to become a doormat if you will allow it to. So you have to
mm-hmm.
understand, right? Communication, right? It's what takes you to your next level in those situations. And that's not
That's
only with your spouse, that's with relationship,
everybody. That's right.
every relationship that you encounter. All
Because
right,
it's
Miss
all about,
Co-host.
I was gonna say it's all about respect, and I'm not talking about disagree. You're gonna disagree with your spouse, and y'all may have a little. I'm talking about we cussing and fighting each other out, not down, drag out. Because I've seen those. Those are the relationships I'm talking about. Well, you got to call each other names, and then we mad, and you gonna go out, and then you ain't gonna come home for a couple of days, and you gonna come back, and then the next. Why is that? Why is all of that possible? But anyway, that was not the thought for today at all. The thought, I don't know why I got on that. The thought for the day is, y'all, as we close out the show, if you know what you don't want, if you know what you don't like, this is a perfect opportunity to do something about it, to figure out what you do want. So today,
Right.
make that list of all the things you don't like that's going on in your life. And then on the opposite side, tell me what you're going to do about it. Because you know the answer. Trust your instinct. Trust yourself. If you don't like that job, you know what to do. If that's sprucing up your resume, if that's just taking the time to look for another job, or if that's taking the time to go speak to your HR person to see if you are a better fit in another department, whatever it is, go do that today. So that is it for the Fearless Morning Show, guys. Make sure you share the video. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have YouTube, so they can binge watch all the YouTube videos over there. We are almost at 170 strong videos.
Yes.
So y'all go over there and binge watch it. And today, please know, if you know what you don't like, it is a perfect opportunity to figure out what you do like. Make that list. Trust your instinct. It's there.
Mm,
You're just allowing your crazy to push it down. That's
right.
all. Lynn, you want to tell them they can reach you at?
Yes, guys, you can find me on my website, of course, at demonsenterprise.com. Yeah, that's Demons, no demons here, DEMMONS. You can also go ahead and schedule time to speak with me if you're ready to talk about your finances and move to your next level, but you don't know which direction to go. Go to bit.ly/talk to Lynn. And if you say, hey, Lynn, I'm ready to start investing, I'm in my 401k. I'm looking at retirement, but I don't actually know what I'm investing in, and I need some help learning what to choose, when to select, and how to go about this thing. Sign up, guys, for the Investing Blueprint course. That's bit.ly/investing blueprint. Classes are Thursday night at 8 p.m. They're $97. $97 that can change your life as far as your investing. That's how we make our money, keep our money, and grow our money, guys. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. You will too. All right, co-host, over to you.
All right, guys. Just make sure I'm trying to pay attention to these little boys.
Good morning.
Make sure that you please share the show. And if you have any suggestions, any comments, anything you want us to cover, please let us know, and we'll be more than glad to answer those for you, and to be a topic for the morning show. But something else. I think that was everything. All right, guys. I hope you have a great Wednesday. For all my North Carolina people on the coast, please be safe. For that's North Carolina, Virginia, and some parts of South Carolina, I think. So please be safe out there. Please take this storm seriously. It's better safe than sorry. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself so that we can continue to see your smiling faces over here on the Fearless Morning Show. So, guys, have a great Wednesday. Make that list today of the things you don't like to do, or you don't like what's going on in your life. Today is a perfect opportunity to figure out what it is that you do like. Trust your instinct and make it happen. I
Guys,
promise.
I hope you take advantage of that, what she just shared with you, because people pay thousands of dollars to sit on somebody's couch, to have them to tell them to do that exact thing that she just gave to y'all for free. Nuggets. Hope y'all caught that. All right, guys, that's it for me.
To the man. A to the man. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you here bright early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
Signing off.